So there's two things about this that I want to at least make a comment about. First of all, the guy that's actually been talking about denaturalizing and deporting him, he's calling him Little Mohammed, and that actually that kind of hurts the argument, because then it seems
Why
like
is he calling him that?
Pardon me?
Is he calling him
He's
that?
Muslim.
Yeah, because
Because he's Muslim.
Yeah. So and whatever your opinion on that kind of rhetoric, you're going to galvanize the people against you. They're going to call him a racist. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be saying
With
that.
a nickname like that.
I don't know.
He thinks that he's doing the Trump thing, and he's not doing.
I think he wants followers on social media. He wants followers on social media. That's what
maybe,
this is for.
or he's trying to get. Well, I think the city in the U.S. with the largest Jewish population is New York.
Yeah, it is.
So that kind of branding, when that story drops and they say Rep. Ogles is a racist for calling him Little Muhammad, that's gonna penetrate deeper into communities in New York, especially Jewish communities, which I think the intention is to try and get them to come out and vote against them.
Sure, and I will say I disagree with this guy's, what I know of this guy's stance towards the pro-Israel Palestine discussion, but I don't know. Like I said, I really do feel like this ends up backfiring, and I mean, what's the point?
I disagree.
And I'll say this: the mayoral election, a local election. I know New York City is an enormous place, but it becoming a referendum on foreign policy doesn't really make sense to me. I understand Jewish voters wanting to at least have knowledge vote of someone that they, whose character they like. But the mayor of New York has no say on foreign policy. It seems almost kind of silly that we're as a nation, we're looking to him to be a thought leader on this, when we should be talking about, how he's going to lead New York City, which there are plenty of things he's going to do to New York City that are really bad.
I don't think anybody has any expectation of him engaging in foreign policy. I think the
it's
argument
is because a lot of the rhetoric that he's using on social media and on his campaign website is talking about issues that go and reach far beyond the city, even though he knows that there's no possibility of follow through on that.
Right.
Like, I'm going to be a candidate that stands up to Trump. That doesn't mean anything. You're running for mayor.
Yeah.
Right.
well,
it's an important city, but
no, it does. It does mean something when he says that they're going to obstruct immigration enforcement and obstruct
that
federal
is
law.
one thing he said. We want to make this into a sanctuary city for immigrants, and also he said that he wanted it to be an LGBTQ sanctuary city,
which literally just means so that if you're underage and can get to New York City, they will perform all kinds of gender mutilation on you.
So here's a question for you guys. Here's an Nancy Mace's poll. Should Zohran Mamdani be denaturalized and deported? Yes, no, not sure. What do you think won? Which one do you think is winning? I think yes.
Yes.
It's Nancy Mace's audience, so I think yes, but I would vote no if I could.
All right. So what's the votes in the room? You say no. What do you say, Mary?
I already voted yes.
Okay, you voted yes.
Yeah.
What say you, Phil?
Yes, for being a communist, not for anything else. Oh, literally, only because of his ideology.
Yes.
I don't care.
I voted yes because he's not American and has no right to be here.
Well, he is American because he's a
naturalized.
citizen.
Yeah, he's a citizen.
Yeah, I just don't believe that he is meaningfully American more than someone who was.
I reject the idea that the only way you can be American is by being born here. I
reject that too.
All of us, we won the geographic lottery. I like what America stands for, but I think there's something powerful
it's not really a
about
lottery because
we didn't do anything by being born here.
Yeah, so we didn't earn it.
Right, exactly.
Okay,
right, so
these people chose to come here, and that should be celebrated.
You're acting like, your soul is like a die that gets rolled into the universe, and that's not actually how that works. It's not a lottery because your ancestors actually did make the effort to come here. They did make the effort to build lives here for generations, and you are the result of that. There's nothing random about it.
Well, but it wasn't my agency, and so I'm saying I think I'm an American, and I like America, and like I said, what it stands for. But I think there is something powerful about, there's been a lot of talk right now that that New York City specifically has a big foreign-born population, which I'll make a couple of points. For one, that's not new. I mean, Ellis Island, it has always represented, kind of this melting pot and a promise of opportunity, and I think that is a good thing.
Okay,
and so if someone
not to conflate immigration
now hold on
1965 with post.
Right. Now this is important though. No one here did anything to earn what this country was.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's why I deserve your stuff when you die, not your children. Your children should get nothing from you. The state should seize everything you built in your life, and I get to have it.
Do you believe that?
You do.
No, I don't.
You certainly. You just argued that people who aren't from here can have all the stuff that the Americans built.
That's not at all what I argue.
So if my dad builds a baseball field and then someone comes and they're not from here I should have no right to the commons that my family and ancestors built because we didn't earn it. We were just born here.
I'm talking specifically about people who come here. I mean, there's a
who built the Brooklyn Bridge?
I mean, I am not, but I wouldn't take credit for it.
I think it was the Brooklyn Bridge Corporation.
I mean, to me, that's an analogy that doesn't really work. All I am saying.
Yeah, why do you get to keep your stuff? Why can't I have it?
I mean, I'm not saying that family means nothing. My argument is not that family is worthless. What I am saying, though, is that there are some people who are Americans by choice, and that is a powerful thing. They came here because of what America stands for.
You think that Mamdani came here because of what America stands for? Because I don't think
7 years old.
So so he's not an American by choice then. He's an American because his family came.
Parents, yeah.
This is a deception. He was raised with completely different values because of the culture from which he came.
And
he's not meaningfully American.
That I agree with that.
There's nothing about him.
This is something that I actually said last night. Like the idea that everybody that comes to America is all the same, every immigrant is exactly the same, and it's totally not true. And I think that the United States should be able to deport people or at least exclude people that don't embrace the values that make the United States the country that it is, which includes property rights, it includes things like liberty and stuff like that.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.